Bill Davidge, color analyst for your Columbus Blue Jackets, joins us now. Billy, I'm going to give you a little bit of credit on this, too, because it seems like when you announced your retirement, the team went, oh, crap, we got to send this guy out with a little juice.
Well, that's exactly right. I timed that. No, I timed that perfectly. It was just perfect. And it's good to see the guys respond like that, though. No, but you know what? Give this team a lot of credit. There's a lot of naysayers all along on what Jarmo and the entire management staff were doing, but give them a lot of credit to be able to believe in how to do things their way. And then John Tortorella for changing the culture of this hockey team and making it happen. And then the players and the leadership group within the room as well. Pretty exciting, I'll tell you what.
Oh, my gosh. But I mean, Bill, but don't you think it's so appropriate that Bob plays maybe the series of his career, certainly the post-game series of his career, and Panarin is the guy that caps it? Last night, he's the guy that makes the empty netter that really seals the deal. Seems so appropriate to me.
Well, it does. And, and who knows what they're going to do. The only thing that they have said is that they're waiting until July 1st to become an unrestricted free agent, which is their certain right. As an athlete, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But I'm telling you, if you see the culture that's going on right now, not only within that room, but also within the confines of Nationwide Arena, and it embellishes everything and everybody, it kind of grows on you a little bit. I thought for maybe about 3 seconds last night that I'd come out of retirement and say I'll work another year. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna embrace the moment.
Hey, Bill, I got to ask you. We Joel and I were just talking about Alexander Texier. Who scores the first goal last night. Pierre-Luc Dubois scores the second. They were the 11th and 12th goal scorers for the Blue Jackets in this series. And I was looking at the NHL notes. It's been 28 years since a team had 12 goal scorers in a 4-game series. The depth of talent that they have offensively really shined, and Tampa Bay just quite honestly couldn't handle it, right?
No, I'll tell you what. They strangled Tampa Bay. They really did. I mean, we always utilize the phrase, when you've got them by the throat, either step on them or strangle them and make sure that they don't move. And the Jackets really had them the entire 4 games. And I think John Cooper, who's one hell of a coach, he knew and he had a sense that was the case, that this team, the Jackets, were not going to be denied. The depth that they had, you've got a world-class goaltender, and then the young defensive core, even with injuries, they showed their way in being able to take care of one of the top teams ever to play in the National Hockey League in the last 20 years.
Bill, from your vantage point, what did they do? Now, obviously, Bob was great, as Joel mentioned. He was phenomenal. But it was more than that. I mean, the defensive effort that the Jackets had, strategy-wise, what did they do? Why did they make it so hard on Tampa Bay's high-scoring offense to ever get going?
Well, pretty simple. They took away their neutral zone. When you've got a team that can skate and they transition out of their zone so quickly, that defensively, the Jackets, as 5-man units, took away their speed. And they met them at their own blue line, and good active sticks, good angling, finishing checks. They basically stymied them and then made transition out of it. I mean, in that second period, there were 7 odd-man rushes because of the defense of the Jackets. And, that's unheard of against a team like a Tampa Bay. But, no, they stayed the course. They were disciplined. They were patient. And their aggressive identity of being able to play physical was there all night long and all series long.
Bill Davidge, our guest, CBJ's color analyst. Bill, you know the team as well as anybody that doesn't put on skates on a game day. So talk to me about how important is this rest they're going to get? I mean, a 4-game sweep, which means they get a couple more days and they'll be fresher for the next series. Is that a big help, or are you concerned that they might lose a little bit of that mojo and a little bit of that momentum?
Well, you know who's going to make sure that doesn't happen, and that's the coaching staff and John Tortorella. They'll get a day off today, a well-earned day off, and then they'll get right back at it again. They've got some injuries that they'd like to be able to get some of these guys back, and I think it's a good time to be able to do that. Right now, too, you're on a real emotional high, and it's good that they don't play again tomorrow. I think you have to, let that rest within the confines of your heart and your entire soul, and then come back at it and approach it again. But No, I think the break's going to be good for these guys.
Bill, I got to tell you, you put a lump in my throat last night watching you on the post game because you couldn't talk right after it happened. Can you just put into words? I mean, I said, could you not ask another question? At least let me get into a conversation. But he asked me, what's it mean after 20 years? And all of a sudden, the first thing I told Mike Priestess last night, first thing I got coming into my mind is Mr. Mack on his wheelchair down near the locker room celebrating with all the guys.
Yep.
And I don't know why that hit me, but boy, it hit me. And like I say, you had a chance to watch the tears. I mean, the tears of joy and the emotion. It was special. It really was special.
Can you tell me, though, from an arena standpoint, what the last two nights, Nationwide Arena, the fifth line, what they brought, is that as great as it's been in Nationwide Arena?
No question. That's not. You can't even compare it. You know what you can compare it to, Matt? And then go back to day one. We played the Chicago Blackhawks opening night, October 2000. We've got the Hawks up 3-0 at the end of one, and I've got the pencil out for the parade route going around the city and where it's going to go. And before you know it, we got beat 5-3.
Yeah.
But the crowd that night was very electric. But now this crowd not only is electric, they're knowledgeable. They've bought in. They're dug in with this hockey team, and that's what you love to be able to see it any time of the day. I can be in Grove City where I live here right now. Walk into Kroger's and somebody wants to talk Blue Jacket hockey. Who would have thought that back in 1973 when I came as a freshman to Ohio State University to be able to see the progress of the sport in this city? It's deservedly so to a fan base that they've been patient long enough.
Yeah, good stuff. Bill, you're a high water mark every time, and it's great that you are getting to enjoy this as your last season. We'll talk again soon. Go Jackets. Billy Davidge on News Radio 610 WTVN.